Once, in a village so sunny the flowers seemed to smile, lived a little girl everyone called Red Riding Hood, or Red for short. Her mother handed her a basket, warm and smelling of fresh bread. "Take this soup and bread to Grandma," she said. "And remember 2 very important rules. Stay on the path and don't talk to strangers." Red, with her bright red cloak tied neatly under her chin, replied, "Got it, Ma. Path only, no chatting with strangers." She gave a little wave, took the basket, and stepped onto the forest path, dappled with sunlight. The forest was bright and cheerful. Birds were singing their happiest songs from high in the green leafy trees. But someone else was listening, a curious wolf with clever eyes. He padded silently out from behind a bush. In a surprisingly friendly voice, he said, "Good day, little traveler. Where are you off to with that tasty-smelling basket?" Red paused, a little unsure, but answered politely, "To Grandma's cottage, just past the tall pine tree." A sly grin spread across the wolf's face. He knew a shortcut. "If I hurry," he thought to himself, "I'll reach Grandma first." And while Red strolled along, taking her time to look at the butterflies, the wolf was already sprinting through the trees, a gray blur dashing through the woods. He arrived at Grandma's cozy cottage and knocked on the door. Knock, knock, knock. A voice came from inside. "Who is it?" The wolf disguised his voice, making it high and sweet. "Just delivery." But Grandma was wise. She sensed trouble. Quick as a wink, she slipped out of her bed and hid herself away inside the big wooden wardrobe. Just in time, the wolf slipped inside, found Grandma's nightcap, which kept flopping over his big furry ears, and her glasses, which perched ridiculously on the end of his long snout. He hopped into bed and pulled the covers up to his chin. A few minutes later, Red arrived. "Grandma," she called as she entered, "I brought soup and bread." From the bed, the wolf croaked, "Come closer, dear." Red stepped closer to the bed. She looked at the figure tucked under the blankets. "Grandma, what big eyes you have!" The wolf replied, "All the better to see you with, my dear." Red leaned in a little more. "And Grandma, what big ears you have!" "All the better to hear you with." Red squinted, feeling that something was very, very wrong. "And Grandma, what big teeth you have!" The wolf realized he'd been caught. He panicked. "All the better to, crunch carrots." Red knew that wasn't her grandma. She let out a yelp. Her cry was heard by a friendly woodcutter who happened to be working nearby. He rushed to the cottage door. "Everything okay in there?" he called. The door swung open. The wolf, completely startled, jumped out of bed, tangled his paws in the blanket, thump, crash, and scrambled right out the open window, running back into the forest as fast as he could. Just then, the wardrobe door creaked open and Grandma popped out. "My brave Red!" she exclaimed. Red ran into her arms for a big hug. "And my wise Grandma!" They locked the door, sat down together, and shared the warm soup and fresh bread. They both learned a valuable lesson that day. Paths are for walking, and strangers are for caution. And the moral of our story is this: always listen to good advice, stay on the safe path, and trust your instincts when something feels wrong. Now, here's a question for you. If you were packing the basket for Grandma, what delicious treat would you put inside?